Hi. The eyes have it. Well, maybe not so much anymore. In this particular video in the series, The Bitter Truths About Aging, this is number 8, I'd like to talk about something very important to all of us if we are sighted people. Now, I realise there are people who are blind and this would not apply to them. But for most of us, when we are 20, we have 20/20 vision. When we're 40, we don't. And when we're 60, that's usually when about the time we have to have our eyes fixed up and artificial lenses put in there. And by the time we're 80, even those might be giving us a bit of trouble. The point I'm making is this. We have to let go of the fact that we're going to maintain our optimal, really terrific eyesight all of our lives. This does not happen. We know that 14 and 15-year-old kids have terrific eyesight. I can remember when I was in the Navy, between the ages of 18 and 24. When I was about 18, 19, I was a sharpshooter. I could hit a bullseye with a 303 almost always, right in the bullseye. Terrific eyesight. And yet by the time I was 25, 26, I'd become short-sighted in my right eye. Now we all know, if you're right-handed, you hold a rifle with its butt against your right shoulder and you peer through your right eye along the sights. No longer did I have that 20/20 vision of old, and it happened very quickly. And of course, quite a surprise, at the age of 38, whilst living in New Zealand, I went for a driving test, and they said, "You failed the eye test." And I was only 38, I couldn't believe it. "You need glasses." So I got glasses for driving, because my short-sightedness in the right eye had become more dominant or predominant. My left eye, still good to this day, almost 90, and I can see very well at long distance. But at short distance, there is a blessing, because being short-sighted in my right eye, I can still read books without reading glasses. So what happens there? There's a little space between long-sightedness and short-sightedness, which gave me trouble. But I went to my optometrist, and he gave me glasses to use on this computer, which I must admit I don't use as much as I should, and I prefer not to use them when I'm making these videos. Point I'm making is this: your eyesight needs to be looked after. The moment you start having trouble, go along to your optometrist. It could save you something really serious. It could. Even so, as time goes by, you will need different prescriptions for your glasses. When I went for my driving test today, at 88, I was told, "Tom, we'll pass the test, but you need glasses for your right eye. You better go and see your optometrist." So that's what I'm going to do. Thing is, our eyesight is very, very important. We do sometimes lose a bit of our peripheral, that is on the sides, our peripheral vision as we grow older. Mine's still good enough to pass driving tests. How is yours? Without that eyesight test passing, at least in New South Wales, Australia, you can't hold your driver's licence. And without a driver's licence, you're pretty real restricted to public transport. And if you're restricted to public transport, you lose a lot of your freedom. Point is, get your eyes checked. Get them checked regularly, just the same as you do your other physical parts of your body, because it is not, they are going to deteriorate over time. This is inevitable. This is one of the bitter truths about aging. I hope you take it to heart, and I hope you take notice. Keep your eyesight good, keep it healthy, keep fit and strong, and I'll perhaps see you in another video fairly shortly. Bye for now.